The Kentucky Downs Saturday $100 budget edition of the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get a $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code SGPN. Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse Magazine. I got my Cuban links.
Yes, Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Joining me as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crime, Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry, the sniper, Spear.
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rubble. Put the club soda on there.
What's good, Barry?
Not much. Put the club soda on there. Everything's good.
Yeah. Barry, I had two interesting things that I was going to bring up. One is how brutal was that beat at Saratoga yesterday?
That was rough.
It hurt. I'm learning from. I'm going to learn from that mistake, though. It's okay. Well, it wasn't a mistake. It was the right horse, right bet, wrong result. No big deal. Also, Barry, I went and got some new glasses today. Guess what my eye doctor's name is?
Denzel Washington.
Russell Simmons.
Close.
Simmons. I've got some sweet Run DMC shades that I'm going to be debuting soon. If you're watching on Instagram, welcome. This is our first time streaming to Instagram.
Yeah. One more for the Insta sluts. One more for the Insta. Back to back. Come on, man. Back to back.
Back to back.
Are you excited to be on Instagram now, Barry?
Yeah. I feel like an IG model right now.
I feel like a youth because all the Utes love them some IG. So yeah, man. Barry, what about today? Well, it's Thursday. It's the Thursday Big Show. Today on the Big Show, we turn our focus to everyone's favorite American kidney-shaped undulating turf course. That's right. It's Kentucky Downs. We've dug through the Saturday Kentucky Downs card from the rooter to the tutor to find our very best plays on the card with the $100 budget. Barry, what'd you think of this card? Just first thought. First thing that pops in your head. Go.
What you call a kidney-shaped oval, I call a Van Gogh ear.
Oh, like the one he cut off?
Yeah.
Someone saw that ear and was like, hey, make me a track that looks like it.
That's what they said. I was
Hey,
there. I'm that old. But no, really, the card is pretty good. There's lots of opportunities, as always, really competitive fields. Not too many standouts, I don't believe, but I did see a couple. But should be great racing. They're racing today, so we'll see how things go.
Absolutely, because we're going to be talking about, guys, Kentucky Downs Saturday, the 30th of August, year of our Lord 2025. Post time for this card is going to be 12:25 p.m. Eastern, 11:25 a.m. God's time, 9:24 a.m. Pacific time, and on the Pacific Coast. If you're not familiar with our $100 budget shows, we can play any race with any wager type, whatever makes that cash money. Barry, I kick it off today. And I'm doing it in race 3. We're going 6.5 furlongs. It's $80,000. Non-winners of 2-something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Optional claiming on the turf. I am playing a $1 trifecta here. 6 with 1, 4, 5 with 1, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. This is probably my strongest opinion on the card. Unfortunately, it's probably the chalkiest opinion on the card. A win bet, obviously, out of the question. I don't like anything in the adjoining races, so a double's out of the question. The exactas are probably not worth it with the favorite on top, so I'm stretching it to a trifecta and hoping to get some prices underneath. And so I'm keying the horse who looks like the most likely winner and ready to jam for Mark Cassie at 6-5. I think Cassie's got the screws all tightened on Ready to Jam, who's making her first start back in the States after shipping in from Woodbine. The last out figure was a step forward, and I think another step forward wins this race. This one actually broke her maiden as a favorite against the boys in Canada in a non-restricted maiden special weight. The last two starts have been trending up after going a little off form when she shipped to Backwaduct, but she should be sitting in the second wave, getting first run at what looks like an abundant amount of early speed. And so I'm keying her on top in the trifecta over three horses. And second, these horses should all be moving from off the pace together. I'm using the 1, Militat, at 7-2. Also going to use the 4, Hideki, at 20-1, and the 5, Make the Boys Wink, at 15-1. And then in third, I'm slapping in every horse I think is worth a damn and is also early speed that may cling to third, because these trifectas at Kentucky Downs, even with the chalk, pay fucking bonkers amounts of money. I'm going to throw in the 9, Poca Polenta at 20-1, the 10, Fancy Cabernet at 15-1, and then 11, Sudden Switch at 8-1 in third place. So that was once again a $1 trifecta, 6 with the 145, with the 145, 9, 10, 11. Barry, you get it kicked off in this race as well. What are you doing? You're muted, brother.
Yeah, we're doing a $10 double out of this race into race 4. I agree wholeheartedly with you. With Ready to Jam, the 6, that horse is going to be my single in this double. Single.
There we go. There we go. He's see, you're giving me the cues, and I'm just not picking up.
I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely wants to mingle. His name's Ready to Jam, so I think that's a ready to mingle signal. But anyway, this horse is just, I think, flat out better than this field in race 3 on Saturday. Just there really isn't much in this race. I mean, Mean Eileen should probably be out there winging it, but Ready to Jam should be right there, ready to pounce and take off once they hit the stretch. So we're going to use Ready to Jam in race number 3 in our double.
She might jam, but my Glock don't. Race 4 is what you roll it into. 6 furlongs, $190,000. Non-winners won something on the turf, as of course all the races are. Barry, how are you wrapping up this here double?
Yeah, I thought this race was a lot more interesting than the third, meaning that we could probably get a price in this race. So we're going to use 3 horses. Floodlights, the 2, who came back running on July 13th after a layoff from December 18th, 2024. I like that race. Ran well. Was actually the beaten favorite that day at 2.5-1. I think this horse needed that race. Was buried on the rail. Gets one post position off the rail, which still might be better than being on the rail itself, considering that the one horse in this race has a lot of speed. So I think this horse falls into a nice trip. We're also going to use the 6 flat to the mat. This horse is really interesting, and I would say that this horse would be my top pick in this race. But you'll see that this horse ran pretty good November 15th, 2024. Won a 6 furlong race on the turf. Then they went to Turfway, ran on the synthetic, which it didn't seem like this horse really wanted to do that. Then caught a sloppy track and off the turf event April 6th at Keeneland. Then run in the Paradise Creek at Aqueduct. Runs a bang-up race, got beat at 42-1. Got beat by Clock Tower. Then they went long, which I don't think this horse wants to do. And then they went back to the sprinting in the 5.5 furlong at Colonial. Ran pretty decent that day. But I think this horse has some potential here in this spot to run a really good race, getting Lasix for the first time. Mike Maker, Tyler Gaffleone, everything kind of aligns for this horse to probably give the best effort. So we're going to use the 6 flat to the mat, and then we're going to also use the 7 Pharaoh's Dynasty. This horse ran good first time out, then I think was over his head in a few races, namely one at Kentucky Downs, the juvenile sprint last year, and then the Indian Summer in October at Keeneland. I thought it was interesting that Jose Ortiz lands here out of all of these horses for Asmussen, who he doesn't really ride for a whole too much of a lot, but getting a nice bullet workout August 20th at Turfway. A nice steady stream of work since July coming into this one. I think this horse might be fit and ready and flying a little bit below the radar, so we're going to use the 7 Pharaoh's Dynasty as well.
There we go. He wraps it up with the 7. By the way, if anyone tells me that American Pharaoh isn't a turf sire, I won't believe a lying word out of your goddamn mouth. Real quick, guys, free roll football contest is back. Free to enter, picking every NFL game at against the spread. $3,000 for first place, $4,000 if you're a Patreon at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/free roll. Plus, we got 25% off everything in the merch store. Promo code football. Make sure to check out the Notorious OTB brand and pick up some Notorious OTB gear. And SGPN just launched their NFL Survivor contest. $100 entry, winner take all. All right. Well, Barry, we've got your double that starts in race 3, ends in race 4. You actually are still on the clock, my man. Race 6, you've got a daily double for us. 6 furlongs, another $170,000 maiden special weight. What are you doing here?
Yeah, this is another race I thought we could go fishing for a price. Obviously, these maiden special weights are really wide open. We're going to use 2 horses in race 6. We're going to use the 10 Mary's Lad, who I thought ran okay first time out at Churchill Downs, going a mile. The cutback makes a lot of sense here. I think they tried to get a race into this horse. And this seems to be the spot that they really wanted to go for. This horse was up at Saratoga training, then ships down to Kentucky Downs, might be live at a decent price. So we're going to use Mary's Lad. And then we're also going to use the 12 Freedom Street, who I think might be probably the best horse in this race. Obviously stuck on the way outside, so that's going to affect the price, which is in our favor. However, this horse should get a good trip. I think Irad's going to get this horse in the race a lot sooner than he did, or than this horse was back in May. And there's no world beaters in here. They all kind of look the same. I don't really trust the 3 in Beer Run, who's 0 for 9 at this point. This race is ripe for somebody else to step up and take it. So we're going to take the 10 Mary's Lad and the 12 Freedom Street to get out of race 6.
There we go. The Freedom Street for Safi.
Not a mercy.
There we go. We roll it into race 7. We're talking, what is that? 16 and a half furlongs, 2 miles and a 16th if you're not hip to the furlong conversion. The Mountain Dew Bowling Green Gold Cup Invitational. What are you doing with the old? Are you gonna do the do? Are you gonna do the do with this race?
Yeah, probably not. But I thought a horse in here kind of laid over the field. I'm not doing anything extreme, so we're not going the Baja Blast route or the Code Red. We're going straight number 7, flat in the curve. This horse time form rating at Hop Garden was a 106 in winning that race. Is a 2-mile race. And I really don't see any other horses, especially anybody here in America, that could really kind of match that. The horse ran okay in the Belmont Gold Cup, which was rained off the turf. They still ran anyway. So you can put a line right through that. But I think this horse might be just flat out better than these, likes to go this far. there's really not much else to say. The only other horse who I would think would have a shot would be Limited Liability, and I'm not sure that horse's running style will fit here. But they still have to run it, but I still think Flatten the Curve is the best horse in this race at 8-5 on the morning line. Should run like it, so we'll stand in line after we make this bet.
And with quite possibly the most badass jockey name I've ever seen, Hanson Hammer. That's cool as shit. Barry, so I've got to play here as well, but real quick, got to get a word in because we are brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Your home for NFL and college football. MyBookie's $100,000 NFL Super Contest is going on. Only a $15 entry, and they're offering lets you buy 2 entries and get 1 free. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to MyBookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's MyBookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Also, the NFL is back on Rhythm. Our friends, the good nerds at Rhythm. Last season, Rhythm was 76-66 against the spread and 22-19 on over-unders. And it really shined on player props. Rhythm also has MLB, WNBA, golf, and, of course, college football. Go to the site today and start building your NFL models for week 1. Get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And if you excuse me, I need to get a brief rehydration interlude in. We're feeling so. What are we doing? We're giving out free picks.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless.
We're doing it because we're selfless. Barry, I've got a daily double also here, starting in race 7, rolling into race 8. I'm playing a $5 daily double, 1-4-6 with 2-4. It's a $30 total play because if there was ever a time or place to get spready in these horizontals, it's the Kentucky Downs races, and because it gets wild in Franklin, Kentucky. And I'm playing a spread out by my usual standards daily double because I think there's going to be a ton of value in the daily double pools using 3 horses who aren't the favorite in this leg. You mentioned the favorite, the 7, Flatten the Curve. I found the knock, Barry. I found the knock on this 8-5 horse. Here's the deal, Flatten the Curve, and why I'm against in this spot. This one didn't ship well last time when it caught an off track at Saratoga on Belmont weekend. You can kind of forgive that. But the reason I'm against is simple. I don't think this horse is an ambi turner. I don't think this horse can go left because if you look at all of his performances in the past performances, making left-hand turns in Germany hadn't been great. If this was a right-hand turn race, I might understand using, but it's not. So I'm not using Flatten the Curve. I'm using 3 horses in this leg to get around the non-ambi turner. You mentioned my top pick here for Limited Liability, which I kind of think at 2-1 might be a steal and worth a win bet. And I know it's chalky, but not as chalky when you consider the morning line price of Flatten the Curve. Why Limited Liability? I know for a fact that Limited Liability can handle this ultra marathon distance over 2 miles because he did just that last year, winning this exact race. Other attempts close to this distance fared well also. So my top pick is going to be the 4, Limited Liability. I'm also going to use the 1, Goldeneye at 10-1. This Kenny McPeak horse has loved the extra distance each time they've stretched him out to these sort of distances. And then I'm going to use the 6, Lord Eddard Stark at 30-1. This one loved the extra distance of 2 miles when he shocked the world in the 2-mile H. Allen Jerkins at 60-1.
I was there that day.
Yeah, that blew up some tote boards, that's for sure. And if you look at the form cycle, it actually mirrors what Lord Eddard Stark was doing leading into this race, being third off the layoff, stretching way out. He made a big step forward last time he did that, and the pattern of the buyers match. It could maybe surprise at a price. So I think Lord Eddard Stark might be worth the squeeze, if you will. I'm rolling into race 8. I have 2 horses with the number 2 Zeitlos and the number 4 Dance Macabre, one of which I will be win betting in the next race. And the next race is 6.5 furlongs, $2 million. The ladies, the Never Say Die ladies turf sprint. It's a grade 2. And my play here, race 8, I'm playing a $15 win on number 2 Zeitlos, because I'm going to press my top opinion in this race with a Time Lord amount, as we've decided to call it, of a win bet, going with a $15 play for Zeitlos for Steve Asmussen. There's limited starts on turf for this, but this one has run pretty well in 3 turf starts in her career. Last time out with Junior in the irons, Zeitlos ran a really game second to Future Is Now, who was a winner in the next race out. This should be a swift pace that Zeitlos can run into late, and horses that are more mid-pack stretch runners should probably like the long stretch at Kentucky Downs. And if you don't believe me that the stretch at Kentucky Downs is long, look at this footage from it.
That was taken yesterday, right?
Yeah, that was they were doing workouts, and no, it's crazy. They have to have 2 cameras to cover the stretch. And when they cut to that second camera, it is a mind fucked. But I pressed my top opinion in this race. I used in the double. I'm going to go 15 to win on Zeitlos. Barry, you've got a play that kicks off in this race, and I kind of like what you did here. You got a pick 3 going starting in race 8.
Yeah. We're gonna try to throw one downfield and connect on a pick 3 here, and spend up a little bit, because I think we can nail this one pretty tight. So race 8, I agree a little bit with what the Wolf was saying about the 8th race being a little wide open. I'm not so keen on AG Bullet. There's some other speeds in here and other horses that might be able to get in that one's way, namely Jody's Pride. Outside of that, Esternia, the 8 horse, and Irish Maxima should probably get out there, and Kehoe Beach. So there's plenty of speed up front to get in the AG Bullet's way, and I think that opens things up. So we're going to use 2 horses in this race. We're going to use the 4 Dance Macabre. This horse is running very, very well. I like the way this horse was running last year. Came back this year running. April 13th, ran a real nice race, even though they lost to Future Is Now, and actually lost to that horse twice in the race after that, who is razor sharp at the moment. Once that horse got away from Future Is Now, obviously she wins. So we're going to use Dance Macabre, who fits pretty well here. Has a win at Kentucky Downs, which is also a bonus. I do like horses that have won there previously. They do tend to like it. So we're going to use Dance Macabre, and we're going to use the 7 Aujda. Aujda last race, August 2nd, beat Ready to Jam, who we talked about earlier. This horse is sort of more, I think, more of a miler than a 6.5 furlong horse, but I think the kick in the stretch is the key. This horse's time form ratings are just way superior than a lot of these other horses. Not sure why they have this horse at 20 to 1 morning line. I would gather that this horse has been running with way better company in France and should get a good trip in this race. If you know, I don't believe they're going to be going for the lead, and all they have to do is kind of settle mid-pack and fire off. So we're going to use the 7 Aujda and the 4 Dance Macabre to get out of race 8.
There you go. You roll it into race 9, 6 furlongs, $2 million again. The Mint Kentucky Turf Sprint. This one for the boys. What are you doing?
We're going to use 3 here. The 2 Howard Wolowitz, who was really good horse last year. And I expect that to pick up. The horse went over to Saudi Arabia, got thumped in that race over there, 6.5 furlongs on the turf, or 6 3/4 furlongs on the turf. Didn't run a step, but that's okay. We can forgive that. His body of work last year is really, really good. Gets IRAD. We're also going to use the 6 Kadam. This horse is another who has a lot of time form ratings that are way better than a lot of horses here. Ran last year at Kentucky Downs, ran second to Cogburn, who at that point was super sharp. I don't think anybody anywhere was beating that horse at that point. And Cottam ran pretty good that day. Beat Axthelm, who's also in this race, so we're going to use Cottam. And we're also going to use Arrest Me Red, who also has a win at Kentucky Downs, likes this distance, should get a good trip under Junior Alvarado, who doesn't really ride for Wesley Ward all that much, but when he does, they win. I think they're up 50-60%-ish. So
yeah, I just noticed that they're at 57% over the last year. That's impressive. With what, 14 races? Yeah, that'll work.
So we're going to use those 3 to get out of race 9.
There you go. And you roll it into the payoff leg, where you're just going to be hanging out by the old window until
No regular why they pay me.
That's right.
That's right. It's 1 mile, 5/16, the Nashville Derby, a grade 3, of course, on the turf. Why do I keep saying on the turf, Barry? We all know they're on the fucking turf. Why do I keep saying it? Go ahead, man.
It was kind of surprising for a $3.5 million race. It came up awfully soft. Hill Road, who was on the Derby Trail for a little bit, ran in the Belmont. Hasn't really been all that good. I don't know what to expect on this horse going this far. I think maybe be a little bit closer, but nobody in this race is scary at all. That being said, I singled the 12 Wimbledon Hawkeye. It's another horse from overseas. Got beat by El Cordobas, who we had success with on this show. Ran really good against that horse, actually. Then lost the nose in the Gordon Stakes last time at Goodwood. Any of those horses in either of those races would lay over this field and win. I just think Wimbledon Hawkeye just has a class edge on these, especially on the turf. This kind of course, everything lines up, so we're going to use the 12 in the Nashville Derby.
There you go. Well, I have a play also starting in race 10. It's a daily double. Unfortunately, we see this one a different way. Real quick though, got to get a word in from our good friends at Underdog, because Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog also has a great place to play Pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code SGPN. And of course, we're brought to you by the Circa Million Circa Survivor. The world's greatest sportsbook, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest, the Circa Million, the Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com, use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. Contest close on Saturday. That's right, Saturday the 6th of September. So get in now. And if you excuse me, I need
get in.
Get in. I need to get one more rehydration interlude in.
What?
No one ever answered him. He asked what so many times, and no one ever told him.
Right, that's why he left Matt hanging.
That's why he left Matt hanging. Not long enough, in my opinion. So I've got my double here. I'm going to kick it off, and I'm using 2 different horses. The first one's going to be the number 2 Test Score at 4-1, who I'm going to make my my top pick, because Test Score in for Grand Motion, I think has a good chance here and should like the stretch out after putting up a pretty commendable performance last out in the Grade 1 Saratoga Derby, finishing third by half a length. This is following a win on the Saratoga Turf 2 back in the Grade 1 Belmont Derby. The second place finisher in that race got the better of Test Score. And this, looking at Lucky, Colt has been steadily improving with each start, it seems. And another improvement is a win in this race. So I'm going with Grand Motion and Manny Franco there. And then I'm also going to use the 6. I actually really like this horse. I don't know why I didn't make it my top pick. Simulate for Saucy William, Bill Mott. So I don't understand the price here after a game effort despite losing to a pretty decent horse in Giacosa. Would you agree? Decent horse?
Very decent.
Yeah. After studying early, too. You can put a line through that one if you wanted to.
Yeah. Put a line through it.
Yeah. This one should be coming from slightly off pace, where Test Score will be launching from also. It has to be considered a player in this spot. So I am 2 horses deep in the first leg of my $10 daily double, 2 and 6. I roll it into race 11, 8 furlongs, $2 million, the Ladies Turf Stakes, grade 3. I'm tying myself to 2 first-run types that should be sitting in the second wave behind a pretty quick pace up front. In doing so, I'm also keying in on 2 horses that have run well at Kentucky Downs on their turf previously. My top pick is going to be the 2 Special Wand. It's simple. The race shape is advantageous, and Brendan Walsh has gotten this one a win in the only previous attempt at Kentucky Downs, where she won as the $1.60 favorite in an allowance here last year. When I consulted my weather app, it looks like Franklin, Kentucky has been pretty dry lately. And I'm looking at the performance over the Durf at Gulfstream Park, where she won in the Honey Fox Stakes back on March 1st. It gives you a clue of how Special One will handle, I guess, the firmer going. She improved her speed figure, but finished 3rd by a length and a half over a yielding turf course in the Just a Game Stakes at Saratoga, where the trip was much rougher than the comments in the forum suggest. Rosario rode this one into a vice a couple of times, once during the first turn and the other entering the second turn, and had to check up a little bit. Then in the front stretch, Rosario had to dive to inside and get skinny and scrape paint off the rail. And I think that Special One runs well back off of this pretty game effort. I'm also using the 7 Sacred Wish at 8-1. It's running back after a second place finish by a neck to Suggesta in the what I like to call the race for the horse jizz, the Matchmaker Stakes at Monmouth. Last year's Sacred Wish followed the same pattern, going from the Matchmaker to Kentucky Downs and the Ladies Turf. Sacred Wish seems to perform and take steps forward, going second off the layoff, similar to today. And she doesn't have as many races off the layoff as she did last time. And that maybe means a little bit more in the tank for Sacred Wish to hopefully bring it home in race 11 to round out my daily double. So starting in race 10, it was a $10 daily double, 2-6 with the 2-7. Barry, you're in race 11 also. What's the haps?
Yeah. I thought this race was wide open. I wasn't actually too fond of Special Wand. I'm not so convinced that this horse really is a miler. I know this horse beat in our time last time, or not last time, but 2 back in the Honey Fox and poolside with Slim. But I didn't think that field was all that strong. So we'll see how it stacks up on Saturday. I also almost fell into what I call is a trap because Sacred Wish does look good on paper, but just never wins. I really would love to bet this horse, but they just don't win. Likes to finish second a lot. And then that led me to the horse that I picked, the 10, Pin Up Betty. This horse runs pretty good going longer, and I think shortening up makes a whole lot of sense. Getting Luis Saez to get this horse in good position early might make or break this whole race. I think if he's able to get to a nice stalking spot, because of the undulations and everything else, it'll be like this horse is actually running farther. So that being said, getting a nice stalking trip is what I'm looking for. I think Luis Saez can get it done. And we're going with the 10, Pin Up Betty at 8-1 to the hoop, cash it.
love Duncan, guy. What are you talking about?
Love Duncan.
Don't let us catch you outside of Duncan. You'll be in a world of trouble. Barry,
Sir.
it's reached that time where we reveal the tastiest morsels that we have saved in race 12 to get you out the door with the profit. That's right. It's time for bailout bets.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Race 12 at 6 furlongs, $170,000 maiden special weight on the turf. I'm going to go ahead and lead it off, and I'm leading it off with a rocket here. Number 7, Wexford 1 at 12-1. The Damn Kansas Kiss never won on turf, with her best finish being third in one of 2 tries. And this is her first foal to make the gate. But when I looked at the top line of the pedigree with Munnings, it's a time-tested sprint pedigree, with his progeny hitting at above average win percentage in turf sprints and also dirt sprints. And on top of that, Munnings is a 14% sire with 2-year-olds making their first start. And that's well above the 11% average with a 587 race sample size. All the other pedigrees in this seem to suggest that most of these horses want dirt or want longer on the turf. So let's tie ourselves to this here rocket in the finale with a horse born to run these sort of distances and hope he takes to the turf. That's my bailout, the 7, Wexford 1, 12-1. What about you?
I am going with number 5, Cynical Humor, out of the Wesley Ward barn. If you look at this horse's workouts, the gate works have improved every time. And that last one was really good on August 8th. 47-2, breezing from the gate at Keeneland. Had a workout after that. There was a bullet, but nobody's really running at Keeneland right now. So take that for what it's worth. But I think this horse has a really good chance. A gun runner out of a Tappet mare, should be a runner. Getting the go-to rider for Wesley Ward, Mr. Rodriguez. So let's go to the hoop. Get this one home too. Cash them all.
All right, we're back. We've made it back. I had my attack of Arkansas internet. Isn't it funny how anytime it rains, I have bad internet? That's some bootleg Arkansas shit right there. Barry, you got your bailout bet in? Uh-oh. StreamYard being a dick right now. Took Barry's sound away. Here we go. We're gonna wrap up picks. This is usually where I ask Barry, how do you feel about wrapping up picks? And this is where Barry says, I feel like it's a must. And I say, is mandatory. So while we're waiting on Barry here, I'm gonna go ahead and recap mine. Starting in race 3 at Saturday, Kentucky Downs. These are my $100 budget bets. Race 3, we're playing a $1 trifecta, 6 with the 145, with the 1, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. And then we're rolling daily doubles here. Race 7, we're playing a $5 daily double, 1, 4, 6 with 2, 4. And then in race 8, we're pressing that top opinion, $15 to win on the number 2. Then in race 10, a $10 daily double, 2, 6 with the 2, 7. The bailout, number 7. Since we've lost Barry, I'm going to recap his picks for you as well. Oh, he's back. He's back. There you go, Barry.
Yeah. So race 3, $10 daily double. The 6, ready to jam with the 2, Floodlights. The 6, Flat to the Mat. And the 7, Pharaoh's Dynasty. Race 6, $10 daily double. Number 10, Mary's Lad. And number 12, Freedom Street. With number 7, Flat in the Curve in race 7. Race 8 starts a $5 pick 3. We're going to start it with the 4, Dance Macabre, and number 7, Algida, with number 2, Howard Wolowitz, number 6, Cottam, and number 7, Arrest Me Red, with number 12, Wimbledon Hawkeye in race 10. Race 11, $20 to win on number 10, Pin Up Betty, and the bailout, number 5, Cynical Humor. Let's cash all of those.
Yes, let's cash all of them. Guys, that's it. We've recapped picks. We've talked Kentucky Downs Saturday. We got a lot of action. Look at that. We covered the 3rd, the 4th, and then just like the 7th through the 12th. Everything. We covered everything.
All of it.
Barry, what you got going on the rest of the day, bud?
Not much. Staying dry. I think it's going to rain.
Yeah. By the way, it's August 28th, and it is 66 degrees here.
That's insane.
Mind-boggling. All right, that's enough. I'm going to let us ride out on something that I haven't used in a long time. But here we go. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 God's time, whenever we talk. Saratoga's Friday card, our best bets. We love you. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Yo, I just bought a dinosaur like Nicolas Cage.